So good evening, everyone. Welcome you all to foundation class. So this is economics class. And today I'll be teaching you few MCQ questions which came in the previous year, foundation. Fine? So you just have to write down the options and the correct option. Fine? So from the next class, as this is the first class, few questions I'll be discussing, and from the next class I'll be discussing with you from the chapter 1, from your study material. Fine? And I hope like you will cooperate with me and do as I'll teach you. Fine? So you can see here, the first question, dash is among the quantitative methods of credit control. Dash is among the quantitative methods of credit control. So here, see, the red one is your answer, right? So options are given here: bank rate policy, moral suasion, direct action, and rationing of credit. So this question is from money and banking. Okay, so as you know, the father of all the bank is? Yes, the father of all the bank is RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, yes, Reserve Bank of India. So Reserve Bank of India is the one, okay, which control credit, right? Which control credit. So there are two methods of credit control. Fine, there are two methods of credit control. One is your qualitative, another one is quantitative. Okay, so from that portion, this came like which is among the quantitative method of credit control. Okay, so here bank rate policy is the quantitative method. Rest all are the qualitative. Okay, so here you have to choose the correct option, that is bank rate policy. So bank rate policy is the quantitative method of credit control. Fine? Of RBI. Fine? Clear? Okay. Now next one, dash is the first law of consumption. So here MCQs are from different chapters. Okay, so as all of you have studied economics in your 11 and 12 standard, and as you are from arts, even you have studied, right? So dash is the first law of consumption. So here laws are given: the law of diminishing marginal utility, the law of demand, the law of increasing returns, all of the above. So here the correct option, you can see the law of diminishing marginal utility. So that is the first law of consumption. Fine? First law of consumption. What is law of demand? What is law of demand? What is law of demand? Law of demand states that when price will increase, demand will decrease, and vice versa. When price will increase, demand will? Yes, fine. So this is the second question. Have you all written? Dash is the first law of consumption, the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now next one, dash goods are known as scare goods. Dash goods are known as scare goods. So here the correct option is economic. One is your durable, options are given, free, another one is consumer goods. So here the right option is the economic goods. Bobita, Radhika, Rintu, Hira. Are you writing? Aparna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Munmun. Okay. Now next one, opportunity cost is measured in terms of the. So what is opportunity cost? What is opportunity cost? Yes, so here it's given next, right option is next best alternative that has been foregone. Okay, so here options are given: optional cost that has been avoided, negative cost that has been sacrificed, accounting cost that has been paid, and next best alternative that has been foregone. Okay, so that means, see, you have two options in front of you. Two options, suppose, after completion of your graduation, you have got a job in Delhi and that company is offering you 50,000. Fine? And you have got a job in Calcutta, that company is offering you 60,000, right? So here, if you will choose the job which is in Delhi, then opportunity cost will be the job which you have sacrificed, that is the job in Calcutta, which is offering you 60,000. So what is the opportunity cost then? Opportunity cost is the next best alternative that you have sacrificed. Okay, next best alternative that you have sacrificed. So here we are talking about opportunity cost. So always remember, whenever we are talking about opportunity cost is the next best alternative that has sacrificed or foregone. So all these questions came in your foundation. So as you know, your foundation is all about your MCQ. MCQ questions you'll be getting 2 marks each. Fine. So one question you will click right, then you'll get marks. Fine? It's easy? Easy, right? Easy? Okay. Okay. Now next one. Which one of the following is the Apex Bank for Agricultural Credit in India? Apex Bank for Agricultural Credit in India. So Apex Bank means the main bank, which is main bank, or we can say the institution which is providing agricultural credit, which is providing to the people who wants to do agriculture, who wants to do farming or engage in agricultural activities. So here, the Apex Bank for Agricultural Credit in India is obviously not RBI. IDBI is your development bank, right? So it's not SIDBI, it is NABARD. You remember, Apex Bank for Agricultural Credit is NABARD. So what is the full form of NABARD? National
Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development.
Okay, very good. Who has answered? Anu Sharma. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So you also write down the full form. He has replied. What is the full form? Yes, again, Sharma. Again, you repeat, they'll write. National Bank for?
Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development.
Okay. National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development. So this is the apex level, or we can say Apex Bank for Agricultural Credit. Fine? Now next one. So this question is from the chapter market. You have a chapter market. This question is from the chapter market. This means absence of competition. Okay, so there is a type of market, right? There is a type of market where there is no competition, right? Where there is no competition. So here the options are giving perfect competition, monopoly, imperfect competition, and discrimination. Where there is no competition, that is monopoly. What is monopoly? Monopoly is a market situation where, yes, there is only one seller. Monopoly means, okay, monopoly, mono means one, right? Where there is only one seller, no other competitors. That seller has the complete freedom to decide the price of the product. Right? So here, where there is no competition, that is monopoly. Fine? So monopoly here, one seller, that is monopoly. Perfect competition where there are large numbers of buyers and sellers. So that is your perfect competition. So here, the right option is monopoly. Okay. Now next one, oligopoly means, so this is also from the chapter market. Okay, so oligopoly means obviously not single seller. Single seller means what? Yes, single seller is monopoly. Large number of sellers, I've just told you. What is it? Perfect competition. So obviously not large number of sellers. So no buyers. Okay, that is also wrong option, so it will be few sellers. So oligopoly means few sellers. Okay, so here in the oligopoly market, there are very few sellers of the product. Writing the questions or not? Okay. So how many questions have you written? 7 questions. You had a chapter, right, in class 12, market? You had or you? Class 11, okay. Okay, when the price of a complementary product falls, the demand for the other product will. When the price of a complementary product falls, the demand for the other product will. Complementary product. So can you give me one example of complementary product? Car and petrol, car and petrol, car and petrol. So here, when the price of complementary product falls, so if the price of petrol will fall, the demand for petrol cars will increase. People go and they will go running, and they'll go and buy. Yes, what cars? Petrol cars, right? So when the price of complementary product falls, the demand for the other product will increase. So obviously not fall, so that is wrong option. Remain stable, wrong option. Drop by 25%. How will you come to know? It will drop by 5%, 20%. Obviously this is wrong option. Remain stable, that's a wrong option. Okay, then fall is also wrong option. Right option is increase. So you need to understand what is complementary product. Okay, complementary product. Eta nohole itu nohobo. Hoy ne nohoy? So car, petrol, and what else? Pen and pen, ink. So that way, right?
Tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee, that is tea and coffee is the example of what? Is it a complementary product? Yes, it's a substitute product. Tea and coffee is the substitute product. Competition, tea and coffee, competition among each other. If coffee will go up, then demand for the, yes, fine. Okay, so here again another question related to the credit control methods of RBI. Okay, so you need to understand there are 2 types of credit control method, qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so in quantitative already one I have told you, that is bank rate, quantitative, right? Quantitative. So here what is asked? Qualitative. So obviously not it will be bank rate. Okay, open market operation is again quantitative. Open market market operation is again quantitative method of credit control of RBI, and even CRR is also one of the method of quantitative credit control method. So here what is the question asked? Qualitative. So whenever you will read the question very carefully. Qualitative control, so it will be moral suasion. Okay, so what is moral suasion? Moral suasion, what is moral suasion? Here, the RBI morally will try to encourage, or morally will tell them, like by giving circular, or maybe will tell them, stop credit, you control your credit. Komai dia tumaluke aru tumar credit nidiba aru, right? So that is moral suasion. Morally, the RBI is trying to tell all the commercial banks that you stop giving credit, right, to the public. So that way, it is your qualitative credit control instrument used by RBI. Have you all written? Okay. So commercial banks provide collateral loans again. So this is again from the chapter banking. Okay. So commercial banks provide collateral loans against So this you need to remember. So here the right option is government security. So we have option shares, bill of exchange, commercial paper, and here the right option is government securities. Done? Have you all written? The supply curve always slopes. The supply curve. Okay, so what is law of supply? What is law of supply? Acha, what is law of demand? When price will go up, demand will go down, right, and vice versa. And what is law of supply? So that is from supplier's point of view. When price will go up, supply will also go up. Suppose I am one of the supplier, okay? In the market, when price is going up, I'll go running, I'll go and sell all the product. When price will increase, supply will also increase. When price will decrease, supply will also decrease. Okay, so here, the supply curve always slopes upward. Okay, so supply curve is like this, right? Supply curve is like this. When supply curve, here the supply curve always slopes upward. Fine. So here these options are incorrect. Written the question. The subject matter of economics is distributed into. What are all those? Micro and? Yes. The subject matter of economics is distributed into two. That is your micro and macro. So whenever you are writing the options, you also write down the answer. Okay, micro and macro. Micro means small. Macro means large. Yes, micro means small and macro means. Okay, so can you give me one example of microeconomics? Micro? Yes, individual supply. Okay, suppose supply of a firm. Fine? And macroeconomics, one of the example? National income. Fine. Aggregate demand, aggregate supply. Fine. Okay. This one you write down from the chapter 1. The consumer surplus was introduced in economics. Introduced in economics by, so options are given here, Professor Robbins, Professor Samuelson, Professor Smith, and Professor Marshall. So here, B is the correct option. So wealth definition is given by whom? Welfare definition is given by whom? Right? So that you need to study. Wealth definition of economics, welfare definition of economics, right? Written? Okay. So law of demand here explains, here answer is not given. You tell me, what will be the answer? Quantitative relationship, qualitative relationship, functional relationship, none of the above. You tell me the answer. You think and tell me. Functional. Okay. So they are saying functional. How about you all? Quantitative. Okay. Okay, you tell me what are the factors affecting demand? What are the factors affecting demand? What are the factors affecting demand? One factor you have told, price, right? Price. So price, own price of the product, that is one of the factor, own price of the product, right? Then price of related goods. What are the types of related goods? We have just discussed. What are the types of related goods? Substitute goods and complementary goods, right? Substitute goods, tea and coffee, and complementary goods, car and petrol. So that is also one of the factor, right? Factors affecting demand for a product. One is price, own price of the product. Another one is price of related goods. Then again, what will be the factor? Yes, income of people. When income of people will increase, the demand for product will also increase. Then one more factor, when demand for product will increase. One more factor.
Availability of product.
Availability of product. Yes, positive taste and preferences of the customers. Taste and preferences can be negative also, right? So positive taste and preferences of the customer. If customers will start liking a particular product, okay, positive, or we can say favorable taste and preferences of the product. And few more, population, right? When population will increase. And expectation, future expectation, like expectation that the price of that particular product will fall or it will increase. So these are the various factors which affect the demand for a particular product. So that means there is a functional relationship between the demand of a product and the factors affecting to it. There is a functional relationship. So the demand of a product and various factors. What are the factors I have told you? What are the factors? Yes, own price of the product, then fine. The price of the related goods, then income of the consumers, then population, then yes, favorable taste and preferences of the customers, then future expectation, right? So these are the factors which are affecting the demand of a product. So there is a functional relationship. So this is which one will be the correct option? So functional relationship will be the correct option. Okay, so this is also another question. Demand can be defined as. Demand can be defined as. So as we are talking about what is demand. What is demand? Demand of a particular product. So demand of a particular product is desire to buy, right? Demand of a particular product is desire to buy. So if you have the desire to buy, that means demand for a product, right? If you have the desire to buy, that means you want to buy that product. Desire. You have the desire. That is also demand. Fine? And willingness to buy. You want to buy. Willingness. You are willing to buy. Okay? One is desire and one is willingness. Okay? Then another one is ability to pay. You have money. You have money. Right? That is ability to pay. You have money. That is also demand. But when all together, all this will be added. All together, this is called demand all about. So A option is also correct, B option is also correct, C option is also correct. But in the D option, all three are included. Demand can be defined as desire and willingness to buy backed by adequate purchasing power. So purchasing power means what? You have money. Suppose, see, there are some people has money. This is money. पैसा है, आपके पास पैसा है, लेकिन मन भी है, चाहिए भी, लेकिन क्या है, मतलब डिज़ायर है, लेकिन विलिंगनेस नहीं है, पैसा चला जाएगा मेरा, that is not demand. Right? लेकिन desire है, willingness भी है, लेकिन पैसा ही नहीं है. That is also not demand. So whenever we talk about demand, demand is like you should have the purchasing power, that means you have the ability to pay. Okay? Then you have willingness to pay and you have the desire to buy. So that is desire and willingness to buy backed by adequate purchasing power is demand all about. So the options are confusing, right? Options are confusing. So here the right option is D. So you need to remember if other options are given, some options are given and any one is given, so you can click. If this option is not given and these 2, 3 are not given, some other options are given. If desire to buy is given, that is also demand. Fine. Willingness to buy is also demand. And you have the purchasing power or ability to pay, that is also demand. Fine. And everything, like, demand can be defined as, अजीत क्या हुआ? क्या पूछ रहा था? मैं बोल रही हूँ ना? I'm talking. So desire and willingness to buy backed by adequate purchasing power. So that is all about your demand. Understood? What's your name? Huh? Rishabh. Krish? Krishta. Krisha. Krisha. Krish Shah. अच्छा, एक साथ बोल दिया. Krish Shah. ठीक है. ऋतिक रोशन वाला क्रिश. क्रिश वही वाला है ना स्पेलिंग? KRISH. हाँ, क्रिश. ऋतिक रोशन क्रिश. Fine. Okay, we'll discuss this afterwards. Okay, we do not have this. Oh, you can. I'll go back. So can you see the question here? Yes. So the welfare definition of economics was introduced by, you can write down these questions. Online students, can you see the board?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You can't see.
No.
Earthquake. Okay, you can see this. The welfare definition of economics was introduced by. The students can write, whoever are attending online, you can write. Okay, so this is the last question I'm discussing with you. The welfare definition of economics was introduced by, so options are given here, Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, Robbins, and J.R. Hicks. And you can also write second question. So second question is, as I've discussed with you about microeconomics, okay, so it is individual level example. So here some options are given, economic behavior of the individual, that means we are talking about a person, economy as a whole, so this is one of the example of macroeconomics, trade relation, economic growth of the society, so these are the example of macro. So here the right option is economic behavior of the individual. So individual is like, we are talking about one person, so that is the example of microeconomics. So, okay, students, that's all for today, right? So, how many questions you did it? 18 questions. Okay, so you revise it. I think now you won't forget the answers, right? Opportunity cost, microeconomics, macroeconomics. What is oligopoly? How many sellers? Few sellers. What is monopoly? How many sellers? One seller. Monopoly is like one seller. And subject matter of economics is divided into two. Then we have discussed about one of the example of qualitative credit control method. Qualitative, moral suasion. Quantitative, bank rate policy. One more, CRR. One more, open market operation. CRR is only cash reserve ratio, right? Open market operations. Then we have discussed about Apex Bank for agricultural credit. NABARD. Fine? Okay. Okay, fine. That's all for today. Thank you.